Hello. So it's 9:20 or 9:21 p.m. I'm on my computer and the phone is over there. So my anxiety is really high and I'm nervous. I can't believe this happened like so quick. At least I would have been prepared like Friday, but I am not prepared to have to go back on the streets again. So I got a couple of videos on smaller videos on my phone that I have not uploaded yet. Probably if not tonight, then tomorrow I'm gonna upload those videos. But I won't be all night with this video. So it looks like my computer is acting a certain kind of funny, and I can see and I can tell that the image on the computer is delayed. Like ow, the image on the computer is delayed. So you know how you talk in real life, and then on your computer it seems like as if it's going like a slower rate, and your lips move after or slower than the actual words that you're saying in the video. You get what I'm trying to say? I don't know if I explained that properly. But I had a good dinner and I'm glad I didn't get perked. But I had some gang stalking activity walking on the way to get what I went try to go eat. And then after that, on the way back, it was really no gang stalking activity at all, really, except once I tried to walk inside the door. Like, soon as I turned off the video, I've been hearing sirens all day. And earlier, before I left, they had sirens, but then um, it was two emergency vehicles with sirens. And they must want me to hear that, but I couldn't get them on. I couldn't get them on video because you know how they rode by too fast, or they stop almost instantly. They stop almost instantly right after you, they stop almost instantly right after I press record, as a way to gaslight me and stuff. So I'm working on another video I did. I'm on my computer before I left. It's uploading right now, and basically me talking about the workplace mobbing. I've been detailing journaling, video journaling publicly on YouTube, you know, the gang stalking and workplace mobbing activities that I was going through. And it's like even a small group of 4 or 5 people, you could still be a victim of this and deal with this. So I still feel like I need to vent. I kind of feel like I didn't get to communicate myself properly. And I know that in the previous published video that was on my laptop, excuse me. Um, I know I figure I was all over the place, but a narcissistic abuser would consider me illogical, incoherent, irrational, and rambling and not making sense and having like schizophrenic word salad. you know, and that's not what I was trying to do. You know, they try to make it like, oh, you all over the place, ain't nobody gonna listen to you. But I'm sitting here being like all kinds of distracted and already angry, can't think properly. Um, so even before I told the people at the temp service what happened, they had their minds made up to believe that, before I can tell them what Miss Brenda did to me, you know, they try to tell me that, oh, Miss Pam, basically they try to make it like as if Miss Pam defended Miss Brenda and Mr. John and them, trying to say that, oh, that Miss Pam is just trying to get you to see both sides of the situation, or she's just trying to see where they're coming. She's just trying to show you where they're coming from. You know, ain't no seeing where the damn gang stalkers are coming from. You know, and I had moments where I was tempted to want to put the put Mr. John on film and put the camera in his fucking face and show y'all everybody, show all y'all who this motherfucker is. But see, I think he pretended to look like he was getting something out of his vehicle to hide his face from me, cause I had his ass on film. You know, but that, I mean, so it's like I had both good and bad happen today. You know, the few little, a couple little Christmas gifts and stuff, but I can no longer celebrate Christmas, you know, because of what I found out. So it's like somebody gave me some, let's see, let me show y'all. Well, they gave me a couple little, like greeting cards and of course, candy canes, you know, candy cane. This is the colorful one, the colorful sweet one. And then this is these little candy canes. So I can't really eat the candy canes. And my name's Candy. Sometimes they call me Candy Bar, Candy Cane. Um, but they had the online perp Kimberly Harper trying to call me Candy Man. You know, anything insulting. But somebody gave me these socks right here. You know, but it's like I felt like it would have been rude if I would have been like, well, sorry, but I can't take your gift because I don't celebrate Christmas no more. You know, but me being homeless, well, I mean, I'm not on the streets at the moment, but I probably will be on Friday unless I had some miracle way to help keep me off the streets. If I had some miracle way to keep me off the streets, on so I won't have to be on the streets on Friday. You know, so I mean, the gift cards in the $40. I mean, it's like a nice big help. Like I really needed it right now, so I'm thankful and glad for that. So, um, I don't know if if I wear these in February or something to keep my feet warm. You know, so I'm thankful and glad that I guess there are a few people who do still care and that they don't hate me and they're not out to get me or they're not out to destroy me. You know, and then when I do get a little good, make me feel like I'm not supposed to deserve it. you know, but that's like a nice big help, those fuel gift cards. And so I mean, I just feel bad, to have to, that I had to be suppressed and silent about what I have been going through. And, you know, I almost cried today. I almost succeeded at crying today. I almost cried today. You know, how and why? Like at first, Amy was trying to tell me basically when Miss Pam told me, um, when Miss Pam told me, you know, about accepting consequences for my actions or whatever. That's like fucking self-righteous, narcissistic and self-righteous, because she could have been in this. What if she was in this predicament where she was going through hell or being put through hell and then just got frustrated and said, "Look, I quit." There's a lot of people quitting their fucking jobs lately nowadays. Especially you see a lot of. I mean, I don't even have a TikTok, but it's always a lot of news saying that TikTok workers quit or whatever. Or this video went viral on TikTok. But me, I was trying to not quit and try to even though I didn't like the doggone job, the task, but I try to stick for as long as I could. And even at Seville Quarter, I try to stay as long as I could. Last year at ABM and a fake dirty YMCA and Roger Scott Pool and all them, I try to stick it for as long as I could. And it's like they were trying to run me off. Those young ass kids trying to run me off. But at first, like Amy told me that basically it was unacceptable for Miss Pam to tell me about the consequences for my actions or whatever. And then Trey jumped in and tried to, it seemed like he was trying to, he's gay, but so it seemed like he was trying to tell me off about myself. But Friday, what happened? Friday, you said you had my back and that I had your full support. And all of a sudden, you want me to see where Miss Pam is coming from, to see everything from all sides. But how can you make that conclusion when you have not yet heard me say what Miss Brenda did to me today? Like Miss Brenda thought she could try to be just super fucking hateful today. Super hateful. And think that, I mean, it's like a David Jane kind of moment. Like David Jane has like a total personality change and think he could start perping me now. And so now Miss Brenda seemed like pretty much over the weekend she got a whole damn personality change. Like she thinks she all tough shit now and thinks she can bully me around now. But yeah, I'm bothered that, I gotta accept it. Well, what about them? Make every gang stalker suffer consequences for their actions then. Make them. And then I had to hear Trey told me, oh, that fake common phrase that everybody's saying, you can't control other people's actions, but you can only control how you react. Well, the gang stalkers damn sure can control my actions. Because if they couldn't control my fucking actions, then I wouldn't be at this motel right now. And I wouldn't have worked that job ever. Probably never set foot in any one of those schools. So, I mean, that was like, I guess, the first job where I was pretty much well liked by a lot of the teachers and but even though some of the teachers and stuff were perps too, some of them, couple of them, but some of those teachers are witches, practice witchcraft. And so I didn't get to tell that yesterday, that Asian substitute lady, I think I may have mentioned before, um, and I just, didn't report her because I'm just trying to keep the dog on peace and don't want any confusion or nothing like that. So I think I told y'all a while back that there was a time when she would invade my personal space and then start putting her hands in my food, like how when you point at something, but she wants to start putting her hand and then like snooping through my food with her fucking hands. And yesterday she tried that on me. She tried that on me yesterday, and I'm like, get your ass, like, oh, get away from me. And then she started to act like she wanted to apologize profusely. No, motherfucker, you know what the hell you doing. You know what you did. Grown ass woman older than me. But you that invasive that you can think it's okay, especially with this pandemic going around. Right when I said that. Come on now. Noise harassment. Noise harassment. Y'all hear that? That's part of the noise harassment. Like once they pass by me, then they stop. The sirens. You know? So once they got this Omicron variant going on, and people think that they can have, they think it's okay that because they're vaccinated, that they can put their hands in your food, or that they can cough on you on purpose and don't have to cover their mouths, like cough on you intentionally and don't have to cover their mouths, or none of that. At the beginning in 2020 when this started, it was an Asian guy who, coughed on me before I even knew about coronavirus or COVID-19 or anything. It was already like January 2020. I was still homeless on the streets at that time. And so, like, I was walking down the street on Palafox, right by that fake ass O'Reilly's pub, and the narcissistic bitch Heidi, the narcissistic slut bitch Heidi, wrongfully picked the argument with me and lied on me for an excuse to justify wrongfully banning me because she didn't like that I had one too many bags. So it was right, I was walking right past there and they had an Asian guy, looked like he was like in his early 20s, and he coughed on me. But I have, like, when I was dealing with Janet, when I rented that room, it was black people, white people, whatever color or race, coughing, Mexicans, whatever, coughing on me on purpose. Before the mask mandates were in place and stuff like that, before Janet even ran me down to Miami, took me to Orlando and Miami, so yeah, I'm kind of disappointed because I don't think I like Miami. But I love that they have Trader Joe's and Whole Foods, but I can't respect our Trader Joe's or Whole Foods no more because I heard about their exploitation of workers and workplace mobbing and stuff like that too. You know, but I mean, I love a lot of their products that they have, and so um, and I also love all those mango trees and coconut trees, and I think banana trees and avocado. I think avocado, but definitely mango and coconut trees. It was like awesome. Like when almost everybody's house had at least 4 or 5 fruit trees, like right in Miami. And here I'm sitting there going to Whole Foods or Trader Joe's and going buy, and Aldi too. I like Aldi too. and sit and buy some coconut oil. But I wouldn't want to be disrespectful and just pick off, you know, trespass on somebody's property and pick off, you know, a mango off somebody's tree, and they might shoot and kill me. So I couldn't, I didn't want to be disrespectful like that. Um, but Janet's own mom had, you know, mango trees, plantain trees, like wow, like amazing. So I'm sorry, I went off into a little rambling there, but I didn't get to explore the beach like I wanted to, but we kind of passed by the beach. But it's like Janet took me there, and they just started the mask mandates over there, and it's like, that was right after we got our stimulus checks. And I already told y'all about how Janet had manipulated me into wasting all my money on me trying to do prepping and survival. She manipulated me into wasting all that money and waited till after I wasted all that money on food and stuff and trying to prep and survive and stuff to turn around and kick me out. And then I was forced to leave all that stuff behind, all that money and all that food. All that money wasted on all that food. And then she snuck behind my back and waited till a week after she went back to Miami, after she put me in a hospitality and extended stay hotel. She told me to go there, but she was a perk, but she made it like as if she cared enough to not want to see me on the streets. But there she was perping me, you know. But then she tried to perp me with um, talk about a cottage, a listing of a cottage that I saw on Craigslist that I was gonna try to apply to. She perked me with that. So I stayed at Hospitality Inn off and on and stayed in a lot of different, mainly hotels, but they were rundown hotels. Like Quality Inn, I'm surprised that, even in, I'm surprised that, certain hotels can be rough and run down, and sometimes can look worse than and more raggedy than motels. Like Quality Inn should not be considered a hotel. It should be called considered a motel. It's so yeah, I think some of y'all probably already know my Quality Inn story about what happened during Hurricane Sally and stuff, but that's another topic. But that's what happened. Brianna, I'm gonna say the one off of North Davis Highway, the same, like it's like I'm basically banned from almost every hotel in that little spot right there except for one, and I'm not gonna mention which one. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it at the Red Roof Inn. But I don't know. I haven't gotten banned from there, but at Red Roof Inn was where that gang stalker, that young guy, a couple of months ago, kept giving me fucked up rooms on purpose. Like how every room you give me is a bad room that's unlivable. And then the online perps were bullying me and expecting me to go ahead and take unsafe rooms where people can kill me or do me anything. I'm not gonna. And then I dealt with certain hotels where that they will perp me by giving me, excuse me, they will perp me by giving me um a room where the doors don't lock securely or that they don't lock properly. Or if I'm not being perped with that, then I have to be perped with dealing with blood on the bed, like bloody bed sheets and stuff. Or dealing with the shower not working or something, or super loose toilet seat or something like that, or dirty move that, or dirty refrigerator or something like that. Dirty refrigerator and freezer or something, and then I gotta be held responsible for cleaning. So it's like I've been battling to try to find me something, a permanent place to live. And it's like I hate the slander campaign that I'm a scammer and a fraud and just using people. It's like it's nothing like that. The gang stalkers, they don't want me to get help. And then the real TIs are believing what these perps are saying, or with the popular fake TI perps, they want to join the bullying campaign as well. Well, if you want to join in on a campaign, don't call yourself targeted. Y'all seen that of me trying to better myself, trying to get a job, trying to stay for as long as I could. I would even tell y'all, look, I don't want to be a burden on y'all. I don't want to have to ask for no doggone help. And this is what they do when the weather starts to change and get fucking colder, is when now I'm out of a job. And then they'll make it like as if you're the one who made that choice. You're the one who chose to quit. And that's how they'll be like, you're the one. So nobody, you take that responsibility because you're the one who made that decision. So you live with the consequences of your decisions. But it's not like that. It's really not like that. They want to have you put in the corner where you have no choice but to freaking give up and quit. But to up and fucking move out of your, I'm sorry for cursing so much, but to move, out of, like, break your damn lease and move out of your apartment or your place to live, or if you're going to college, mob you and bully you to make you forced to withdraw from school. If you got a job, force you to quit your job. Some kids, when they're being abused or bullied, they sleep extra, or they piss in the bed or something like that, or have nightmares. If they're being bullied at school, they might not want to eat their lunch. So, and I told y'all about when a kid is being bullied at school, and the students are forced to sit in alphabetical order, and you have that narcissistic teacher that won't allow you to switch seats and get away from the person the student who's bullying you, whose last name's supposed to be like right before or after yours, or if they're sitting in the next row away from you, and y'all got to sit in alphabetical order. Like, I think I had that teacher, Miss Gearhart, in high school, that fake slutty teacher, Miss Gearhart. Eugenie or whatever, Gearhart. Dang, I didn't even realize, thinking back in junior high and high school, elementary school, which one of your damn teachers was a narcissistic abuser. And Miss Gearhart was a narcissistic abuser who was highly narcissistic. Very and she was criminally, illegally, and undeservingly glorified as the pretty type. Look at this. Y'all hear that? Hold up. So they got some perp neighbor. I don't know if they're perps, but they got neighbors right next to me. They're right next to me. Like, what was that about? I didn't even get to see who the person was. But I gotta sit gently on the bed, because even when I sit gently, I'd be afraid that the bed is gonna break. It seems like kind of fragile. But yeah, so that teacher, Miss Gearhart, they had the Kevin Gugis Jr. from the fake IDMR cult, fake cult Bible class, and he used to bully me mercilessly. Even the biological brother Wyatt, he even said that Kevin was very aggravating. But funny because Wyatt, he would bully people. I mean, not bully. He would bully, harass, and laugh at and make fun of people too, tease people too. Tease us. But people used to say Wyatt used to aggravate us, and vex and annoy us. But he said that Kevin Gugis Jr., Kevin's last name comes right before ours, but for some odd reason, no, wait, yeah, in 11th and 12th grade, but I don't think 10th grade, because O comes before R. Our last name is Grandpre, Grandpre. So Kevin used to bully, harass, and laugh at me, and just would not stop. And the teacher, Miss Gilhart, and that Filipino teacher, Miss Mateo, in my junior year in high school. Miss Gilhart was my senior year in high school. And at West Jefferson High School in Harvey, Louisiana, back in 2000 and 2001, 1999, those years. And so Miss Mateo, um, Miss Mateo used to, and I mean, some of the teachers would join in on the bullying against me too. And it's like, during my senior year in high school, the bully Kim Irons, Kemberly, not Kim, but Kem, Kimberly Irons, who they call Kim Irons. You know, but I don't even know if she sincerely changed her ways. But like when I saw her in 2018, I still felt like I didn't trust her, and I still felt traumatized by Kim Irons, and you know, but I mean, it seemed like there was a brief moment where it seemed like everywhere I went, she was there. But kept acting like she wanted to help me, but I didn't even realize, if she was stalking me, like in 2018. And it's like she herself, like she used to bully me in school, but then how the hell she get a job as a deputy? It's a job I damn sure can't get. I can't be a deputy. And it's like she had access to more than one vehicle. And so I remember trying to have a conversation with my twin sister over the phone, probably 2016 or 2017. I was living in Greenville, South Carolina. And I said, Brandy, how is it that, I said, remember back then when people used to say, that basically the people who bully you in school, that the people who bully you in school are gonna be the same people who basically have less success than you, or that they're the ones who are gonna be working for you and getting paid less than you and stuff. So I'm like, how is it that so many people who I went to high school with, who bullied me in high school, are far far more successful than me? And her response was, oh, well, I don't try to be narcissistic and self-righteous. I don't go around worrying about what other people have. You see, there's a Bible scripture about that. That wasn't the point. It wasn't, me worrying about what other people have. I'm just questioning the fact that I was freaking lied to, about this American dream thing, Um, so my twin sister, like, responding like that, that she purposely won't try to relate to me, like purposely won't be on the same page as me. But any other twin would have. Oh, come on, man! And y'all see this amount of sirens ain't normal, so you see this is part of the gang stalking, right? On purpose to distract me from getting my story out. That's noise campaign right there. Y'all the fucking retards. Y'all the retards. You see, you don't hear them no more after they pass me. So anyway, how many times y'all gonna do this? So any other twin would have responded like they would have see what I'm talking about or see what I mean, by trying to say, I mean, be like, yeah, right, because I mean, especially if my twin sister was bullied in school. I think in school, bullied worse than I was. I had some physical, but more psychological and mental bullying, but she had it more physical, like more physical bullying in school. Like they pretty much tried to kill her physically, with the severe beatings and stuff from the other kids at school. So, I mean, even in my senior year in high school, my twin sister was helping Kim Irons bully me, in my senior year in high school, pretty much. My twin sister started perping me when we were like 14 or 15 years old, which was when they tried any distraction they could, noise campaign. I guess they're doing this on purpose to make me more agitated because I already had a rough day. So, yeah, my twin sister's narcissistic enough that she deliberately and on purpose does not want to relate or connect with me. If you get what I'm trying to say, like wants to oppose everything, oppose and disagree with everything, because that's the way the fake foster family and the fake psychiatrists and the fake social workers, they all trained her to treat me like that. And then it's always got to be consequences for Candy's actions, but no, the gang people who are perping me, like there's no consequences for the gang stalker's actions. And so that vexes me so much that, oh, there gotta be a consequence for everything I do. But ain't no consequence for stuff that's been done to me. People get not only away with, but getting rewarded for every fucking day. I showed y'all Mr. John gang stalking me. Where's his consequence? No, he don't get no damn consequence for his actions. He gets fucking rewards for his wickedness. So, I mean, I'm glad. I mean, this is type of stuff that, like, in 2014 or 15, I probably would have been physically writing in a journal or in a notebook. And I mean, I feel like I don't even want to work for Higher Quest Direct. I feel like I don't even want to fucking work for them no more because it seemed like as if they damn flipped on me too. And then Trey I know he's younger than me, like probably if he ain't in his early 20s, I don't know how old he is, but, you know, I just want and need a self-employment job. I don't want to be anybody else's slave. I don't want to work underneath anybody else. I wish I had my own way of making money or my own self-employment or something. But here we getting so close to these lockdowns that I've been hearing that's supposed to happen. You know, but yeah, I mean, I'm mad enough that I don't even want to work for Higher Quest no more. I don't want to work for ABM no more. I mean, I'm gonna somewhat miss, you know, some of the other people at the school, the schools with an S. I never got to work at I never even got to set foot at the elementary school, but just the middle school and high school. And every once in a while I get some of the doggone kids perping me. Like, I think that boy who was following me around that Friday night, the same night Mr. John, it was October 22nd, that was a high school kid, and I'm pretty sure he went to Gulf Breeze High School. So, I mean, do these parents know that the teens who have a car and stuff, do their parents know that they participating in this gang stalking too? That your 16, 17-year-old child with a car, is gang stalking me at 9 and 10 o'clock on a Friday night. parent, do or do you even care that your child is doing this to me? While I'm trying to go to the grocery store. But as I said, some of the parents gang stalk me while they're picking up their children. I had a lady last week who and she was wearing a red shirt and had like a funny color, kind of tan Kia Sorento. And I've had numerous moments of gang stalkers trying to deliberately run over me with their vehicles on the school campus. Like some of the parents or some of the visitors, I've had people who have no relation, and they would go and park at the visitor spot. They will park at the visitor spot, get no kids, don't even get out the car. And then when I walk in or out of a building, they hurry up and go drive off. And there was another car of SUV. It was a black, looked like if not a Jeep Wagoneer, that new vehicle, it was something brand new. And they nearly hit me. Like, I had quite a few instances where gang stalkers have nearly hit me with their vehicles on the school campus. But I'm supposed to stay, even though they have school police, but I'm supposed to stay quiet because I don't think the police would believe me, or they might think less of me if they thought so highly of me being such a great worker and stuff. And I'm supposed to just stay quiet because they would change their mind about me talking about gang stalking, or else, they try to get me locked up, for talking about gang stalking. I'm not incoherent. I'm not a danger to myself or others right now. I'm not crazy. It's freedom to no longer be forced to believe that I'm crazy. For me because I used to believe I was crazy because it's been told to me, brainwashed to me for so many years. Starting with that fake foster mom, Adrian Felder, fake Ann. The fake foster mom who they call Ann, Adrian Felder. It could have been somebody else. But as I said, everything points to her. I really think that she put me on the gang stalking watch list for the purpose of revenge. And they had a whole bunch of other fucking people who hate me because they figured that I would be like a snitch or something. Or, no, I ain't no snitch. The word is freaking... There's a difference between a whistleblower and a snitch. Don't get the two confused. So blowing a whistle on something is not the same as a snitch. More like a snitch is somebody who will out your personal secrets as a way to backstab you. That's more like a snitch. But a whistleblower is somebody, exposing corruption. I had no idea that the foster mom or the Kraft family or I'm fake ID Marco, I had no idea what they were a part of. And now some people are saying that because of my last name, that's why the biological family kept so many secrets from me. Biological dad, Arthur Grandpre. There are some people who are trying to say that maybe it could have been the biological parents that put me on the watch list. Or put me in a program. The biological dad, Arthur, was in the military. I believe the Army. He fought in the Korean War. But Arthur didn't really treat us like a father. Like when we got taken away, I never heard any stories of him trying to fight to get us back. To be a loving father, like why, you didn't try to fight to get us back. It basically seemed like as if Arthur and Francis, the birth parents, seemed like And then I like when all the stuff that the foster family was feeding, the social workers and everything was feeding us, we believed everything and thought it was true. But I really think some of the stuff now, it seems like as some stuff could have been true and other stuff could have been like over exaggerated, you know, or some of them lies mixed with truth. But after turning 18 and realizing that biological parents and siblings and cousins that they really didn't give a fuck about us, and they still, well, the biological parents are now deceased, but biological mom Frances, basically didn't give a fuck about us. The biological dad Arthur didn't give a fuck about us, and we just sitting there kissing ass and having Stockholm syndrome and wanting to feel loved and belong to and stuff like that. And then at the same time being brainwashed to hate the biological mom Frances because the foster mom kept attacking Frances, when she never really discussed Arthur that much, really, you know. So, I mean, there was somebody trying to say that could have been somebody out the biological family that got me put in this program, but I really think it's the foster mom that got me put on the list, you know, because so many like the biological sister Ramona, she refused to talk about it, but she delusionally believes she's the queen of the family. Even before the biological mom Frances died, Ramona narcissistically glorifies herself as queen of the family when she does not deserve that crown. She's not worthy enough to deserve that crown and haven't done shit for anybody really. You know, very abusive and manipulative, no conscience at all, mentally off, and stupid and dumb. And that's why I call her that retard Ramona. She even told me in 2015, you're lucky that she tried to take credit, trying to say that she's the only one in the family who treat me halfway like I'm human. How the fuck you tell that to your own sister? That you're the only one who treat me like I'm the only one in the family who treat me halfway like I'm human. Wyatt has told me during arguments, you're not human. He's even said about my twin sister, said, Brand is not human. Well, Wyatt, you're one of the people who talk and act like as if you come from another planet. So I mean, it's like I'm wondering how if people get treated a certain way because they're different, if Wyatt is different and strange, but he can be popular and well liked and accepted in the family. I'm surprised he ain't being gang stalked or being a targeted individual. Mark has spoken out against the foster family too, but Mark, he acts like them, acts like the foster family, like he acts like the foster mom, Adrian Felder, the foster sister Shelley, because he's gay. He acted, and he also acts like the foster cousin Mildred, who's a stuck up Mildred. I don't know what the hell her last name is now. She was born Mildred Leslie Mathis or something like that. But then now with her 800 husbands, with the serial marriages and stuff, I don't know what Mildred's last name is now with all that fucking, all her 90 million husbands and stuff like that. Another one who's a narcissistic abuser who's highly narcissistic, and everybody would try to, anybody in society who's called arrogant, conceited, or stuck up, it's narcissistic personality that's of the devil and it's not of God. And tell me, how the hell did Mildred get? Mildred is the grandchild named after Mildred Collins, the grandmother. So Adrian Felder's mother is Mildred Collins, but Mildred Mathis is, excuse me, is Adrian Felder's niece. So fake slutty pregnant folks Mildred Every time you look up, she got a new baby, or she's pregnant or whatever. But she got all these. She had all like the foster mom Adrian Felder, the foster brother Joe, and the foster cousin Mildred Mathis or whatever. They were narcissistic abusers who are highly narcissistic, and they go through spouses like toilet paper. Like, damn, how many husbands you got or how many wives you got? But then y'all talking about, oh, you wonder why you can't get no friends. Well, motherfucker, you can't stay married. But they think they're better because I can't get married. Because y'all bastards won't allow it. So, um, yeah, Mildred, I don't think Mildred ever put her hands on me. But I don't have any memory or recollection of Mildred putting her hands on me. But Mildred got the entitlement, everything she wanted. And she was glorified as the queen of the family or the heart of the family or the stank whore Lanika from the Kraft family, or the stank whore Lanika of the fake foster family, like glorified herself. Mildred glorified herself as the queen or the heart of the family, and everybody treated her with such favoritism and helped her get that fucking success. And she get whatever she fucking wanted, but then she got all these failed marriages. Yeah, I mean, so and then y'all got all these multiple marriages, but be the first to call somebody a whore or a slut. So it's like narcissistic abusers don't do anything for society. Selfish, stingy, rich snobs don't do shit for society, but then always get the most praise, honor, and glory that they do not deserve. Like Monica from the Kraft family, I didn't understand. I could not understand the undeserved praise from society that she get for being an underage thought. You know, so I'm sitting here getting shunned and condemned left and right. You know, I don't even like. I got a certain age and had to learn to not be a people pleaser, or you know, I don't desire or crave or expect brownie points for any good deeds that I do. You know, I try to follow the Bible by not letting my good deeds be known. Try to do your good deeds in secret, and then God will reward you openly. But I'm not perfect. Never profess to be perfect. But narcs always throw your flaws in your face, like as if they're able to judge you like God. I mean, think their judgments is bigger than God's. But yeah, let me tell y'all something. The Foster family, remember the last name, the Illuminati last name Collins. So, if y'all go to houseofnames.com, and somebody told me if you go to houseofnames.com or the coat of arms, and if your last name pops up, then you're considered like a royal. Your family last name is considered royal. So if you got like a certain and my last name Grandpre is on that House of Names website, and so I'm like, because my skin color is not light, the family would flip out if I referred to myself as Creole. But they think that they deserve to be called Creole because their skin color is light. But you don't have to be of light skin to be a Creole from New Orleans or Louisiana, Texas, or Mississippi or wherever. Dawn Richard, you see her complexion. Remember Danity Kane? She can be called Creole. And Blue Ivy, Whore Beyonce and Gay-Z's child. All three of them kids ugly. Ugly kids. Ugly satanic kids. They even say Blue Ivy is a boy. They say Blue Ivy's like a transgender child anyway. So Blue Ugly, um, they're not gonna speak against Blue Ivy. I've heard people say Blue Ivy is Creole just because her mom is Beyonce is Creole. But then, the mom Tina knows, or she got another last name, Lawson now. Um, Tina Lawson, she's Creole. And then so now after all these generations, they can be called Creole. But y'all want to say I don't have a right to call myself Creole because my skin color is not the same as authors. You know, um, and it's just some big. I mean, I really think that they're trying to play a game. It's like the family. Like some people say, go ahead and research your family history because you never know what occultic or satanic bloodline they come from and why you put into this targeting program or why you set up for sacrifice. I didn't even know I was of any, Masonic bloodline or French royalty. But they trying to keep it secret from us because they don't want people like me, they don't want us to be curious about our heritage or nothing. I mean, I'm basically black, but if you want to get technical, I'm mixed with black, French, and Native American, and who knows what else possible. What else? But as far as I know, I'm black, French, and Native American. But if we're supposed to be seen as more than 60% Indian, from what I've been told, why don't we go around calling ourselves Native American? I never referred to myself as white. I always, consider myself, generally black, a black person, you know. But some people think you're a sellout or you're a traitor or something like that. You can only get away with it if you are somebody like Drake who's half and half, like half black, half white. He can call himself mixed, but I don't know because one time in 2005 before Hurricane Katrina, the biological dad Arthur, he told me that he's not black at all and that he's just half, I mean, that he's, no, not half, but he said he's mixed with French and Native American and that he wishes that he was black. So, but then when I saw the U.S. Census, they said it was 1940 and he was about 8 years old. He probably was 8 going on 9. That time adds up because he was born June 1st, 1931. And Arthur, it's the census said he's Negro, but he don't look like a Negro at all. He don't look like a Negro. He had super straight hair, but he had tan olive skin. You would think he's Hispanic or Asian. And when he fought in the Korean War, they said that he used to blend in very well with those Koreans and look just like them. So people ask me if I'm mixed with Asian. So if Arthur has those eyes, there are people who ask me if I'm mixed with Asian, or they say I have those kind of eyes. So that's where I get those eyes from him. But they want to say, oh, well, Arthur's not your daddy because you ain't light skinned like him. Or they want to say that I'm a self-hating black, or they want to say I'm a self-hating black, or that I used to be when I was younger. I didn't know the truth. I didn't know any better, and brainwashed with colorism. But I rise above that now. And so ever since 2011, when I started finding out in 2010, but finding out about the Illuminati and all that in 2011, it helped me to realize that not one person is better than another. And that was before I became a Christian and started believing the Bible. And I guess the Bible itself would tell you that not one person is better than another, especially in God's eyes. But Hollywood entertainment industry and colorism in New Orleans and in society and stuff brainwash you to believe that lighter skin is better, or Hollywood industry will make you think white is better. And like you see these Asians and Koreans, I mean a lot of Koreans and people of Asian descent do stuff like whitening and lightening their skin, or they want to intermix with white and trying to white out their race or whatever. So I mean, I felt like I wanted to apologize. I mean, I used to hate being black when I was a little kid. I didn't know any better. I didn't know what the hell I was doing or saying. I was little, but you know, I did not know any better. But all you know is what you're taught. But then it's crazy that the online gang stalkers will hold stuff against me for telling stories about events that happened when I was in kindergarten. Too young to grasp and understand, but I mean, even as in 2007, 8, and 9, I used to be like colorist and, you know, but then I look back and realize how unfair, silly, and childish that was, but, and then it took for me to find out about the Illuminati and the New World Order and how this world truly is, to help me to appreciate who I am in my own skin, appreciate my hair texture, my skin color, my eye color, and everything, and realize something bigger than that, something bigger than your doggone skin color, your freaking soul, because a person could be like, and people have been trying to tell me this throughout the years, and I was still like didn't understand what they were talking about, but now I get the big picture. So I mean, they got plenty of people from different races and nationalities and skin colors who I either love or hate. I feel like I know I shouldn't. It's very hard to not hate these doggone gang stalkers. But look, when we were in foster care, we used to kiss Joni and James' ass, and they were dark skinned, or on that spectrum of dark skin. They weren't light skinned at all, but their mom Cricket was. But but one thing that bothered me is brown skinned people being falsely glorified as light skinned by other narcissistic abusers, and then they get treated with favoritism. Just because they're light, I mean, just because they're brown skinned and promiscuous and sleep around a lot, and then they get favored by society, and then they want to falsely glorify that person as high yellow and light skinned and put them on a pedestal and just rub it in their face about them. I mean, come on, bastard! Like, you're darker than peanut butter. You're darker than the color of peanut butter. Excuse me. I've had people's skin color darker than mine. I don't want to say mine's with an S, but darker than mine. And because they're popular and well liked, they get to be glorified as light skin and high yellow. And their nickname is Red. And then, I would get treated a certain way because my skin color wasn't light enough. Or, I felt like I used to feel like, if my skin color was lighter, then maybe I wouldn't be going through the stuff I was going through, or, or whatever. But now I realize they got targeted individuals of any skin color or race. So that debunks your only Black Hebrew Israelites are God's chosen and targeted individuals. Well, the Black Hebrew Israelites cult, they fake the popular fake T.I. perps that go around perping people, yet claim to be targeted. So Y'all part of the Black Hebrew Israelites cult, and you go around perping people yet claim to be targeted, and then y'all don't have any footage of y'all gang stalking, but then y'all got like at least a minimum 20,000 subscribers, and you're popular and well liked because you tell people what they want to hear. So I'm glad I got over the skin color thing and the eye color thing. So it's like somebody can be a light skinned, mixed, pretty boy, or very cute and attractive, light skin with gray eyes or blue eyes or green eyes and fine hair and just attractive, but then be a narcissist, a destructive, demonic, satanic, narcissistic abuser who will nearly kill your ass. Or you can have somebody black as tar with, rough hair and dark eyes and treat you like a doggone queen and be godly. But we've been, even in New Orleans, people who are Catholic, people, they will warn you about them light-skinned pretty girls and them light-skinned Creole pretty boys that they say is stuck up and conceited and think they're too much and think they're better than everybody. Come and find out, you think you're above other humans, you're demonic, you're satanic, you're a narcissistic abuser. Shucks, the Bible says Satan was beautiful and attractive. And Ezekiel, I forgot which, can't remember. In the book of Ezekiel, talks about Satan being so beautiful, but they didn't say it like specifically, but basically it describes how beautiful Satan is. And Isaiah 53 says that Jesus Christ in the flesh was basically not physically attractive. But then, some people say Jesus was not white. But basically it doesn't really matter because we're supposed to look more on the spiritual aspect rather than the physical, because that's what matters. But then they got the so-called blonde hair, blue-eyed Jesus, who they try to make him look this blonde hair, the images of the blonde hair, blue-eyed fake Jesus that make him, look like a androgynous pretty much. That's Satan. The fake IDMR cult would tell you that Yahweh was beautiful. Talking about Yahweh's beauty and his love, justice, foundation, power. Wait, no, they say intelligence, wisdom, knowledge, beauty, love, justice, foundation, power, and strength. That's 9. And they love to talk about Yahweh's 9 divine attributes. Nah, they had us worshiping the devil and not even realizing it. They were teaching us Luciferianism, New Age, Satanism, occultism, Freemasonry, and their aims. Aim is number 4 in the fake IDMR cult. They admit in aim number 4, they admit that they encourage and promote the study of the scriptures, comparative religion, practical. I forgot exactly word for word, but it has something to do with. They encourage and promote occult science, but they make it sound like it's a good thing. They're new age enough to tell you. They're trying to make it like as if heaven and hell. But they'll try to use hell to scare you, like try to use scare tactics. But they ain't gonna try to say They'll try to use scare tactics about hell, to try to keep you in line. But then they'll try to make it like heaven and hell is more like a state of mind. And that time is an illusion, and time is the distance between energy and space, or some weird stuff. That stuff that they were teaching us and brainwashing us and tell us the same thing three times a week. It's like, come on, y'all got anything new? Y'all got anything new? So I'm glad that I have to be part of that no more. And yeah, even certain IDMR cult members, we used to kiss their asses, and they used to oppress us and give zero fucks about us. As I said, what's the point of being a part of a religion where nobody cares about you? All those light-skinned pretty people gave zero fucks about Candy Grandpre. They didn't care about me. Did nothing for me at all. The only thing they did for me was to bully, harass, and laugh at me like you're an adult in your 40s and you're laughing at a 14-year-old child. You're laughing at a doggone child for real. So I can't believe I'm doing this. Like, it's 10:32 right now. My phone probably would say 10:32 or 10:31. This is like an hour and a minute faster on my computer. So I see this and think, oh man, it's so late. But I guess it ain't all that late. So it's like 10:32 right now, and I said wasn't gonna. Well, I'm not gonna make this thing 3 hours. I promise. It's not gonna be 3 hours long, but it's longer. This video turned out to be longer than what I intended, and if you want to complain about the video being too long, do not even click on it. But you're gonna sit there and watch the whole thing, watch through the whole thing just for an excuse to complain about it. So you sit there and force yourself to watch this. You do not have to. There are, I don't know how many zillions of videos on YouTube. You don't even have to go on YouTube. Go to BitChute, go to Rumble, go somewhere else. Go to Brighteon. Watch their videos. Go to Dailymotion, Vimeo. You do not have to watch Candy's videos, but you choose to. So if you want to click on this video and watch it and then complain about it, then you can't complain. You shut the fuck up. Because you ain't going to try to run and control my channel. Think you got authority and rulership over a channel that don't belong to you. You want to control something or somebody, make your own damn channel. Make your own channel. You ain't got no videos up, and most of y'all asses don't even have a picture up. You don't even have a picture of yourself up. So I'm sitting here not knowing what a lot of these online perps, what they look like, and you're sitting there perping and bullying, and you hide behind, animated films and all that. If you do make videos about me, and you ain't gonna show your real face. You ain't gonna show your real face to me, and you ain't gonna show your real face, on the internet, period. But then, you want to know all about my life. So, as I said, if you got a problem with my video being too long, do not click, do not watch, unsubscribe. But you don't want to do that. You just, think you get your popcorn and sit down and be entertained by a crazy person rambling on and what y'all might say self-destruct. But no, I'm not self-destructing. It's the gang stalkers trying to destroy us. I'm not trying to destroy myself. Not intentionally. I'm not trying to hurt myself. But I did not realize, I was so far gone, I did not realize that I was destroying myself, eating sweets. that I'm no better than somebody who smokes cigarettes if I got a health problem and still eating sweets because I've been suffering depression. Like, I went to get me, you know, try to make myself feel better. Treated myself to a doggone burrito with the gift card. You know, it was a really good beef burrito, and I was treated properly. And yeah, I had a small little serving of ice cream, trying to make and I shouldn't have done it, but me going through what I went through today, but I didn't get to take my supplements with me, but I'm tonight, like in a little while, gonna brush my teeth with the bentonite clay, and I'm gonna take it internally and also take some of my amazing grass stuff so I can, detoxify. But I need to quit. I know I need to quit. I had ice cream yesterday, but I haven't had it over the weekend. Like over the weekend, I don't think I had any dessert. But me going through what I'm going through, my anxiety is really high right now, and I'm scared. I'm not ready to go back on the streets. Come on, man. I'm not ready to go back on the streets. You know, I wasn't sure how long this was gonna last, but it actually lasted longer. This job lasted longer than I intended. But I did pray. I did pray that the gang stalkers would not sabotage, you know, my job. But the online ones, some of them admitted that they did back off. But some of them still trying to harass, but some of them admitted that they did back off, you know, and after I prayed, so that's how you know they gotta be demonic. And of course I prayed about my in-person gang stalking as well, and prayed about what I'm going through. you know um but I know we gotta do things according to God's will, not our own. We gotta deny ourselves and take up our cross and follow Jesus. And that's one thing I'm still trying to work on, because I don't always do it. And sometimes I be so far gone into my struggles and what I'm going through, and it's like I forgot to read the Bible today, or I forgot to pray today, or I realized, wow, I have not read the Bible in 2 weeks. Yikes! What's wrong with me? You know. So I really do think that this is, helping me prevent losing my mind and going crazy and doing something self-destructive. That's why I felt like I left today. I left work today because I felt like I didn't want to get super angry and, throw something, or, get mad or lose my temper. So that's why I went home and cooled down, and I felt like I just quit, because it's just not right what's going on. And then the injustice, they want to try to make it like what's unfair. They try to justify why they think it's right, and that I'm the crazy one for thinking different. But I guess most people you meet will be stubbornly and willfully brainwashed to, that they worship living with false beliefs. I'm glad I have a hunger for the truth, but they have certain truths that's even too hard for me to swallow. Certain truths that's hard for me to swallow. Like in 2019, I could not swallow the truth about, and it took me a long time to try to accept it. about your favorite celebrities or most celebrities being reverse gender of what they present themselves as, androgynous or demonic, and all celebrities, they're evil and demonic, and some of them go through MK Ultra mind control and beaten into submission. um they're beaten into submission, and I guess they're abused and tortured until they give in and join the cult too. And that's what a kind of way that what they're doing to us targeted individuals. They're trying to beat me into submission or bully me into submission. And I feel like I'm just such a weakling, but everybody's telling me I'm stronger than most. Even my own twin sister could not help but to admit that she thinks that I'm stronger than her. But she really walks around like she thinks she's tougher than me, though. She thinks she's bigger and more powerful than me. But like when I was living in Greenville, South Carolina a few years ago, she admitted that she thought I was much stronger than her. But I don't see how. You know, um, she makes like she's tougher than me, though. But there are some people who are telling me that for me, because I had no choice but to go through, being forced on the streets. I would not have ever wanted to be on the streets, ever wanted to be homeless. But this freaking unbearable neighbor, like harassment, living, like that Section 8 housing, I could not have a peaceful haven, a sanctuary. And it's like, I kind of wonder what could I have done differently rather than just abandon my place of living because I couldn't take the torture and abuse. I mean, what if I would have, just, but where else would I have slept though? If I couldn't sleep in my place because I was threatened and I was made to feel unsafe where I was living at, and the police didn't care, and the landlords didn't care, I would rather live on, live isolated, like even if it's a small little cottage or cabin or something, a small little place, isolated, like, but then I'm scared to be too isolated because me being kind of clumsy, I feel like if I had an emergency, I would need somebody there and would be scared to have an emergency all by myself. So I mean, but in Greenville, South Carolina, well, out in Travelers Rest, South Carolina, where Lisa Ruby was, excuse me, in Travelers Rest, South Carolina, where Miss Lisa Ruby was, the next door neighbor is like a 5-minute drive away. But I would be scared to be too isolated because in case of an emergency, you know, I would be really scared, or like living that far out in the country like that, you know, I don't know if it would take the ambulance a long time to come and get me if anything happened to me. You, you know, um, but at the same time, I hate living in a city. I hate living in apartments and housing. I mean, apartments and hotels and motels and stuff, and locked in a lease that I can't get out of, which is slavery, not freedom. And I heard that having a landlord, I heard that the idea of landlord and tenant and renting and stuff, I heard that that has Masonic origins also. I forgot how, but basically, they want to make you sign like a contract, was another form of slavery. And some people try to say that the Bible is against anybody signing contracts, and they say let your yes be your yes and nays be nays. They say don't. Like, I didn't find out till later on that basically it's not the Christian thing to do to borrow money or take out loans, and I didn't know until after. But I mean, just finding out so much that I really didn't know any better. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Hosea 4:6. So the foster mom will swear that she raised us right. You didn't raise us right if you didn't raise us the same way you raised your birth kids. That's not raising us right. But she'll swear she raised us right and trained us up in the way we should go. In the way we should go. The foster mom, Adrian Felder, who they call Ann, she never raised us biblically, you know, and she never sat down with us. The IDMR cult does not encourage, parents to pray with their children at home. It's different from a church. It's like this kind of fake, weird, new spirituality kind of thing. you know, and if there's a such thing as workplace mobbing, imagine, I don't know what it's called, like if there's workplace mobbing kind of situation, but you're in church rather than at work. So the fake IDMR cult, they want to be in competition, and their biggest attack is the Catholic Church. But the Catholic Church, I did hear some people say that Catholic Church, is associated with the whore of Babylon, and they say the Catholic Church is the whore of Babylon, and that basically the Vatican controls the world. The Vatican in Italy, controls the world. And so, you hear about the secret black pope, and you hear about black nobility and stuff like that. I mean, it can go real deep. So you hear a little bit about the black pope, and these Masonic, satanic secret societies and stuff like that, and it ain't. I mean, there's a such thing as a shadow government. That's a secret government. Shadow government, secret government that control the world. They lie and say that Bill Gates is the richest. He ain't the richest, and he's a puppet. Fauci is a puppet. Biden is a puppet. So, I mean, so much stuff that I learned through research, but I mean, I don't know everything, and I still would have a lot more to learn. But it's like they're censoring the truth, and you can't, it's the truth. It's like you're trying to search, and it's so hard to find now. I miss sitting down watching a good documentary. I miss watching a truth documentary, excuse me, the truth about the war on food or something like that. But I've heard about freeganism, not necessarily vegan, but freeganism and dumpster diving and foraging for food and prepping and survival and Illuminati New World Order research and Christian lifestyle or whatever. But then, you hear about, there's a website called wickedshepherds.com, and they used to have one called batteredsheep.com, but the site is no more, but I think you can still access it through the Wayback Machine. Basically, battered sheep and wicked shepherds is like, instead of workplace harassment, it's more like abuse in the church that a lot of people talk about. It's freaking narcissistic abuse and witchcraft in the church. So let me stop rambling. I'm exhausted right now, physically, and psychologically and mentally. But I'm a little bit sleepy, but not quite. So thanks for listening to me, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.